Good morning and welcome to Castaic Fishing. It's 5 a.m. and today is the first event for the season for our club. It's not a tournament. What today is, it's a big bass contest. We call it the Big Bass Blitz. And the way it works is you bring in one fish. Who's ever got the biggest bass wins all the money. Now I've got a sneaky feeling that there's going to be a lot of big smallmouth bass caught. In fact, I think the biggest fish today is going to be a smallmouth bass. And the reason is, for the last month or so, all the reports I'm hearing from Castaic Lake have to do with big smallmouth bass. It's never been a smallmouth bass fishery, but that's changing. In fact, I heard rumors of a 5-pound smallmouth bass that was caught up there 2 weeks ago. So Castaic Lake is changing. It's becoming a really good smallmouth bass fishery. We'll see today if that's how it works out. But I have a sneaking feeling that it's going to be a smallmouth bass that wins the money today. Now, the best thing about these big bass events is that you can focus on bigger baits. You don't need to waste your time with all the finesse stuff because you're not trying to put 5 fish in the boat. You're trying to put one fish, one really big fish. So my plan this morning, I'm going to start out with topwaters. I like to start the day with topwaters. If I see bass boiling throughout the day, I'll keep throwing that topwater bait because the topwaters bring in some really big fish. After that, I'm going to go to a craw-colored crankbait. In fact, this is what I'm going to be throwing right here. This is a Lucky Craft BDS3. I had these custom painted. Darren and I bought a whole bunch of Lucky Craft BDS3s because they quit making the color we liked. So we bought a bunch of them. In fact, I think we had 17 that we bought off of eBay. Sent them off to our custom painter who painted them all. They came out great. This is, in fact, this is one of them right here. Here's the bad news. About 3 months after we had all of these baits painted, Lucky Craft started to put out that bait again. So now you can get our favorite color. Tackle Warehouse has a ton of them. We've got a bunch that we had custom painted. Why would I throw a craw-colored crankbait at this time of year? If you know anything about early spring, the craw-colored, the reds, is the way to go. I'm not sure if it's that's the color that the crawfish look like during that time of the year, or if it's just that's what the bass start eating when they first come back out starting to feed up for spring. But in either case, early spring or really late winter, it's the reds. You want to be throwing these reds. After that period, you probably won't throw the reds that much at all. I mean, it's really an early spring color. And again, I'm not a scientist. I don't know what the theory is behind that. I've heard that the craws are just a really bright red in the early spring. I've also heard that, that the bass are just up looking for crawfish during that time. Whatever it is, be thinking reds for early spring. To be honest, it's not early spring. We're still in the middle of winter, so it's probably too soon for this bait, but I'm going to be throwing it anyway. Then after that, I'm going to throw a big jig. I'm not throwing a little 1/4 ounce jig. I'm throwing the big jigs that I make, probably a 1/2 ounce with the really big craw trailer that I have. And again, it's because I'm only trying to catch one fish today. I'm trying to catch the biggest bass of this event because I want to take home the money. If it was a regular event, I'd be throwing a lot more of the finesse stuff, especially up at Castaic Lake. Now, having said all that, if I'm 5 hours into the day and I haven't caught any fish or I haven't caught a big fish, or I'll probably end up throwing the Ned rig or the drop shot, looking just to get a keeper bass at that point. So if you're watching the video and you see that I'm catching fish in the drop shot, you'll know it was late in the day and that I panicked and I just wanted to get some fish into the boat. All right, we're headed up to Castaic Lake. My partner today is Mike Black. He was my partner for the last event of last year, so you'll probably recognize him here in the video. We're up there to try to catch one big fish and bring home the money. Okay, for today's event, we have 7 boats coming out. 7, which is pretty good for a big bass event. The problem is it's supposed to pour today. We're supposed to get rain for about an hour, maybe 2 hours of the morning. I've got a feeling that some of our boats may not show up. We've got guys that come from quite a ways away. We've got one of our guys down in Santa Monica. We've got a guy up in Pine Mountain Club. So there's a chance that some of the boats may not show up today, but we're looking for 7. It's gonna rain. We'll see you up at the lake. We had 2 boats not show. Harry thought it was going to rain. Worried about snow to get back home.
These are weird looking. They're like green with Like almost sardine color, like mackerel.
There you go.
Oh, you got one?
Yep.
All right. Need the net?
Just in case, because
Oh, smallie.
Smallie looked like it. That's good. That's a good small orgy. All right. Looks like we'll have something to bring in. Yeah.
Feel the sharpness of its teeth. Is it sharp?
Oh yeah, very sharp.
Same.
There you go.
See the shadow.
Well, Darren's is 2 pounds. We don't have it, but since I haven't weighed his fish.
2 15s in the front.
I know.
2 here.
Each one's doing different stuff. They'll have one is a down or side scan, and the other is with the normal stuff.
Yeah, but you only can look at one at a time.
Yeah, I don't.
What was that?
No, it's not.
That's what I'm saying. I can see it shaking.
It was a rock that decided to move. He feels better than
Did you want a pillow? Because you're sleeping. You probably already pooped out your lure. Dang.
That's good, then he won't break it.
Yeah.
This one might be good.
Okay, take your time.
This one might be Darren. That's what we're hoping. He hasn't shown himself yet. He might be small.
Okay. I don't know.
No?
There he is.
Here you go. Get that keep coming.
No, it might be. Yeah. Come on, baby. Get over here.
Big smallie, dude. Yep. That is a big small. No? He's kind of a mean mouth. No, he's small. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Good job.
That'll make my day.
Okay.
He sure didn't fight like a smallie would.
It's like they hit it twice and then they walk off with it. But look at his mouth, how big it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one.
There he is.
When I'm back here, that looks big.
Good fish.
Put it in the other side. The big side.
I only got one side.
What do you mean?
I took the splitter out because I never fished 2-man tournaments.
Yeah, mine's right there. Mine's right there where your knee is, and then I got one right here.
2 pounds, 6 ounce. Smallie. That's awesome, dude. My day is made. Did the red boat have any? What? Does they have any in the red boat? No. Because Terry doesn't, so. Yeah, you. You guys got a big? You may have won this thing. You guys got smallies too?
I got smallie too, yeah.
Do you have just one fish in your boat?
I got 2.
Hold them up.
I got my clipboard and everything.
One on the right's a largie, yeah? You got a largie and smallie.
Large, small.
We do got you though.
Huh?
We do got you.
Oh, I know.
But that's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right there.
It's a good fish.
Well, how can you show my face on here? Is it this way, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There shouldn't be anything on there actually.
Oh, okay.
You're seeing the reflection of the sun on there.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, pocket. 3 even. 3 even, Bruce.
3 even?
I wish.
That's what I was going to say. Wait a minute. What am I looking at?
2.09. All right. You can put it back.
That's a fat belly on that guy.
Yeah.
Fish is pretty big too.
Thank you. Yeah. Nice belly. All smallmouth, huh?
Yeah.
I know. We were messing around with large ones. We had 3 14.5-inch largemouth. Yep.
Yeah.
They're probably smaller.
We had one.
On day 2. We weren't using Castaic Lake.
That's it. These are both on the ultimate drop shots.
Drop shot? That's a good drop shot.
As long as he's big enough, I don't care.
Now down. Okay, let me get the carrot.
Yeah. He got a little liner on us, but he still wins.
He's still got it by a third of a pound, almost. Did John give you any money?
He did.
Good. You guys can have it. So, Mike. Good work, Bruce.
Thank you. Both fish in the last 40 minutes. Just leaving the lake, you can see right there. That is downpour coming right now on the lake. So we got out here just in time. Wind's picking up. A new storm is brewing. We hit one of them, but this one's gonna be a lot worse. That right there is the sky that we are driving away from. The lake is just getting pounded with rain right now. So we just timed that thing perfect. We did get rained on quite a bit this morning, but this storm looks like it's gonna be even bigger. I'm back, and that was a tiring day. It did rain on us. It rained hard. It rained for about an hour, and it was tough because it was just coming down. I wore a light waterproof windbreaker over this sweatshirt because I figured that would be enough, and it was. It kept me dry, but it got cold up there. After the rains went through, the sun came out, and it was a little weird because usually I expect to catch my fish during the rain. It's a great time to be up there fishing. Today, I didn't get any bites during that rainstorm. I got the fish afterwards. In fact, I caught both my fish came in the last 45 minutes, including the winning fish, which was that nice 2-pound, 6-ounce smallmouth bass. Beautiful fish. Caught it with about a half hour left in the day, and that took home the money. Keep that in mind when you're fishing a tournament. You could just be having a horrible day, but those last few minutes, you can put together what you need to win these events. And that's what happened today. I did catch the big bass, did win the money. That's always fun. Our next event's gonna be an actual tournament, a 5-fish contest. That's coming up in March. We're gonna be up at Lake Piru, and we haven't fished at Lake Piru in years, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, thanks for coming along with us today, and I'll see you next time on Castaic Fishing.